Eli Yastrib's log. There's a fine line between being a mercenary and being a pirate, and today we're fighting against the Circinus Confederation, which has sort of blurred those lines often enough in the past to cause themselves, and now us, quite a bit of trouble. They're a loose confederation of mostly warlords found in the extreme western, I suppose you could call it that, edge of the galaxy, and yeah, they've been raiding Lyran outposts for far too long. So we're going to get on the move here, trying to find where our opponents are, as we don't quite, well, now we do, but we didn't quite have them on sensors or visuals at the start, and we're going to have to take a bit more of a measured approach than our usual charge into combat. Reason being, the Blood Asp, as good as it is in terms of firepower, can't move at the same sort of rate, well, and any sort of sustained speed as the rest of our mechs. So it's a little bit difficult. We're sort of navigating through the middle part of Lance effectiveness right now, where you still have a ton of useful mobility, and that one mech that you have slowing you down, well, you feel it oftentimes a bit more than you'd like to. So, it is what it is. Cicada 2A spotted. We are taking this for a fair amount of salvage, as well as a fair amount of money, as once again our Lyran Commonwealth sponsors are being pretty generous these days, to be honest. But I do want something more interesting than a cicada to fight. Trebuchet is really not that much better. The chassis is often known as the trench bucket because it sucks that much. And it's slow, it overheats, it doesn't really have good armaments and all that, and I'd rather have something else. We weren't able to quite get a full chassis from our mission the other day, but we did get significant progress toward getting a Grand Dragon and maybe even a Dragon Fire. So, interesting options to say the least, but not really mechs I'm expecting to see again when we fight the Circinus Confederation. I mean, look at their emblem. It even has a skull and a spiky ring around it. So, they're pirates, man. They're organized pirates, but pirates nonetheless. And that's something that's, honestly, as a proud mercenary man myself, it just kind of rubs me the wrong way, I guess you could say. This is not great. No real good firing arcs for the Blood Asps that I can see. This guy has 5 evasion, it's kind of impressive. Alright, but we can at least shoot in at the Stinger. No sense in, well, we're not building any heat firing the heavy mediums, and they don't use ammunition, so we may as well. Maybe we'll score 1 hit or 2. Ooh, nice, nice, nice. Good contact off the Gauss rifles, and that Stinger is already feeling it. It's part of the problem with carrying light mechs into the late game. We ripped off a whole arm without even trying. Good, good. Okay, let's get up to the side here, and... oh, really just... they're doing a pretty decent job. Oops, sorry about that. They're doing a pretty decent job of staying really evasive, which, I mean, hey, more power to you, I suppose. Can't quite get a rear angle shot there, but we can get one here. I don't think that angle is too bad. We'll be able to move pretty early on with the Jenner 2C next round, so let's go ahead and take that shot. Yeah, lots of good contact. It's an inner sphere cicada. It's sort of what we started with for our own cicada, and that's not going to be that resilient to fire for very long. Okay, Medusa's moving up, and let's get some contacts. We could go... ooh, that's a cataphract. It's at least a better 70-ton or so chassis. There's a spider... okay. Let's go for the Stinger. If we make decent contact with the missiles, we might be able to take him out, which would be pretty good. Both of the plasma cannons hitting. I was not expecting that. But it really doesn't get us that much use. I'm thinking I need to replace the plasma cannons. I know they're kind of fun. Let me know what you guys think about that. I just don't think they give us enough punch on what should be a decently punchy mech. Other M10s shooting in. If this doesn't rip off that guy's other torso, I'll be really kind of sad. But we didn't quite manage it. 30 LRMs, and we couldn't crit seek enough or pound through that damaged structure. Some days you just don't get the lucky shots. Oh well. Alright. Maybe we can get it with the ATMs. Not a ton of damage on them, but we need the extra range configuration for accuracy here. So take a look. Ooh, I'm wrong. Those HEs have a 61% chance. We're going to go in with those. Why the hell not? Pretty good. I think what's killing us is 40% damage reduction on that Stinger, which is actually kind of impressive. Don't usually see that on a light mech. Certainly not one that's known for its mobility over most anything else. But I want that guy dead now. We've shot at him way too many times. He's honestly doing a pretty decent job at delaying the rest of our engagement. But the Gauss rifle, can ignore all that damage reduction, and that's a kill. Very nice. Very, very nice indeed. Just standard core out, so only one salvageable part, but I don't really care about that anyway. It looks like, ooh, 3 enemy lances to kill. 3. Even with Inner Sphere tech, that could be reasonably dangerous. Saving grace right now is they all look like they're pretty light. But we'll need to get the Blood Asp forward, and we'll need to get his guns online soon, or that could be just death by numbers. Not that we really are too shabby for that ourselves. I mean, we're fielding 6 mechs now, which is good. But 6 is a far sight from, what, that should be 12? Well, 11. We have already gotten some good contact anyway. And actually a bit of accidental split fire there from the enemy team. Our Whitworth took some of the missiles intended for the Blood Asp. Not the end of the world, but not exactly what I had in mind. We could go in for a rear shot on the Trebuchet, but it's not going to get a kill more than likely, so I don't really want to expose my Kit Fox to that sort of fire. And I think this is a little bit better. Yeah, let's get around behind this Stinger and try and get a better kill on him than we did on our other little friend. Nope, no dice. Goodness gracious. Those small lasers, they're decently punchy, but they scatter like crazy. Look at that. If you had just hit him in the rear arc instead of in the legs, that would be a kill. But no, I guess shooting in at the arc that I told you to hit is a little bit too much to ask. Oh, jeez. Clustering rolls. Just sometimes a little bit the worst. Okay, well, let's reserve down just a bit more. I want them to close in on us and get us some better angles. Not that much better angles. That Cicada just ran right the hell up to our Blood Asp and actually landed all of his guns. So, yeah, no, we're not going to let that stand. It didn't even really scratch the paint that much, but every little bit counts, and certainly when you're outnumbered. Okay, well, we have to move the Blood Asp first, so I don't want to expose him to friendly fire. Goodness gracious. Okay, let's let the Trebuchet move. I doubt he'll move with many evasion pips, and then we can double down on killing him this round. Blood Asp is drawing a ton of fire. Don't like that at all. Might have to be a little bit careful until we get something else to draw fire, because what'll happen is your easiest targets will just get pounded by absolutely everything. And because our enemy Op 4 are all such light mechs, they have a size delta chance to hit bonus on our Blood Asp. And that means even though we have decent evasion, we're actually taking a bit of a pounding now. And that's not what I want to do. We're not losing our Blood Asp to a bunch of pirates in light mechs. It's not going to happen. So, how can we best avoid it? Let's get the Medusa moving up to intercept. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge against that many enemy reinforcements, but it does also get us eyes on what's coming in. There's a hazard. Oh, I want that. I want those heavy AoE flamers. We're gonna get those. They're amazing. They're amazing, amazing, amazing. Kind of busted. But that's why you fight against the Circensian Confederation, is to get those from them. So let's go in for a core out if we can get it. It's pretty heavy armor in the center of the Cataphract, but does he have an XL engine? Nope, standard engine, so we can't go for an easy kill. And let's just, I don't know, let's just pound in. It should be fine. We're going to scatter a fair bit here, because it's just SRMs. But my hope is to really take this guy off the field sooner rather than later, and that's going to be how we have to start it. Okay, so Jenner 2C, let's go around. I don't love this arc, but it could be worse than it is, and that does let me shoot in the back of this Trebuchet, which apparently has horrible accuracy as we missed most of our strike, and that barely even damaged his rear arc. It's not exactly what I wanted. Let's get the Kit Fox moving up. This is hazardous. This is kind of a dangerous facing, but I really want that Trebuchet dead. We need to get our Blood Asp online, and we need to stop letting him take all of that damage from very many different sources. So, Gauss Rifle online, that structure exposed. Very nice. Very, very nice indeed. And that should help us rip through this guy a bit better. Look at that. Only 10 left on that right torso. It's not what we need for the kill, but it is what we need eventually anyway. And we could just come over here. No, this guy, yeah. We need to fire in at the at that Cicada. Okay, so moving on 3, that's going to let the enemy Cataphract stand up, but he shouldn't be able to move all that far, as standing up does take most of your available movement. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, not able to get good contact on the Medusa. That's good for us. It's very good for us. See, the reason that we have to be a little bit worried right now is a Hazard can easily fry an entire mech in a single volley. It's just that good. Because it applies the standard fire damage, well, heat damage, I suppose. And then you also double down on it with the AoE heat damage. So let's move up here. Let's stay in the woods, the Blood Asp, make sure that we're not taking more damage than we need to. And we have just shit accuracy. Son of a bitch. No good options here. I don't want to waste the Gauss Rifle rounds on something that we're coring through the back of. Let's damage the Shadowhawk's sensors and take off his evasion. That's at least something, but it's not why I brought that mech. Far from it. And now let's go around with our Whitworth. Probably could have kicked him because this is Inner Sphere, but I keep forgetting we still have even one Inner Sphere mech on the team. That's a kill. Very nice. Very, very nice. Down to 10 mechs in the Op 4 and 6 of our own. I like those a little bit better than being outnumbered 2 to 1, but it's certainly not good odds yet. That's a flea. Really no major threat there. I wouldn't even really count him as a mech. So okay, so it's 6 to effectively 9 because the flea just doesn't flipping matter at all. If we can get good kills on the Stinger and the Trebuchet on this turn, then we should be able to almost even the odds, which is pretty nice. Okay, so let's see what we have available. We have the Kit Fox, let's get him up, and we could go in for a rear shot on the Shadowhawk, but I think right now I'd like to get that Stinger all the way killed. And fortunately, our Gauss Rifle doesn't scatter. So that's just, I mean, it's not a kill, but at least it's not shooting his legs out again. Kind of disappointed by that. But, I mean, we hit the hit location that we got, so nothing I can do. Nothing I can do there. Alright, so that's a Panther 11PA. That should be, I think, a primitive model. Worse guns, worse everything off the primitive model. And let's just, I don't know, I'm tempted to just stand here. Not really too risky of an arc, because the only one behind us is that damaged Stinger. And this should let us fire in and slow down the Trebuchet with Precision Strike, as well as get some decent guns online. Yeah, okay, so we lost his right torso, still holding up. I swear, honestly, these guys are a little tougher than the clan mechs that we had to deal with before. Blood Asp still taking more fire. This guy's just a punching bag. That's all he's been used for this entire round. We need better pilot skill to bring those accuracy brackets up, and we just don't have it right now. That's just the truth of it. We don't have the accuracy that we need. We don't have the pilot skill that we need to make him worthwhile against anything in a lighter weight class. It's the curse of 90-ton mechs, where every single shot is harder unless it's a similar assault mech. They do get, I think, a +1 bonus against 100-tonners, so Atlases are somewhat easier to shoot. But that's a hollow comfort for us right now. Could go in on the Spider, but I think I want to let him come forward. We might be able to get a kick there if we do. So let's reserve. We did get 1 kill out of 2 that I was hoping for. So clearly not the best, but it is still movement in the right direction. That's an LBX autocannon. That's why it looks like that sort of flesh-up round. Using cluster munitions, which, I mean, they're better guaranteed damage, but before you pound through someone's armor, they're not going to be that great. This is what I'm talking about with the Hazard. Those are those AoE heavy flamers at that range, and they light the entire place on fire. So now my Medusa is standing in fire when he wasn't before, and I had really no way of predicting that. Spider actually knocked my Blood Asp, son of a monkey's cranky grandmother. Lost the evasive, and a fair amount of stability damage off a single flipping Spider. So, you're gonna die, my friend. Now, if at all possible. Let's go in for a kick, and then a rear angle shot with the Whitworth. Kick should get rid of all of his evasion, and now we have better accuracy on our shots. That should be a dead Spider. Yep, there it is. So, was it worth it for them? Who knows? They sacrificed one of their mechs to make our Blood Asp temporarily vulnerable. But that Shadowhawk will have a decent shot on him now, and we might get knocked over. No, doesn't quite look like it yet, but we do need to sink that instability. Probably going to have to pop our pilot ability there if we do need it. This is turning out to be a little bit more of a fragile situation than I would have liked. Don't really want that facing. I'd like to get a shot in the back of the flea. We could probably kill him. But we're going to have to go with this facing. Oh, no. Come on. There it is. Try and save as much of our rear as we can. We are exposing it to the cataphract. But that's just what we got right now. And look, we're cooking. Because of the flipping hazard back there. Alright, SRM's getting online, ripping bunches of parts off the flea. Not enough for a kill. Yeah, we need to take out those plasma cannons, put on something a bit more effective. Blood Asp taking more fire. It's a lot of instability. It might have just been a knockdown. Yep, knockdown. Son of a monkey's. Alright, so Eli Yastrib, our captain, has been knocked over. Cataphract actually punched out. Not bad, that's 5 salvage pieces right there. Kind of curious why he did that. But we did also take, I think, an injury on Eli Yastrib. Well, I mean, on ourselves, honestly. So that's going to be out of commission for us for a little bit, and that really sucks because right now he's our best pilot and our best mech. So let's pop Vigilance to get guarded and entrenched, and then move backward and try to not lose pieces off the Blood Asp right now. That really would not make me very happy at all. Okay. Shoot in here, 2 shots, no hits on the Shadowhawk up in the high ground. He needs to die because he's been pounding in way too much damage, way more than is acceptable for sustained fire on our Blood Asp. And we're just going to have to retreat him. Really kind of disappointing performance. But it's a 2-skull mission, we have light opposition. Head hit, really. Goodness gracious. Can't win for losing today. Jeez. A single stinger with a single medium laser, nearly killing us. Okay, well let's get the Kit Fox up and around, and now let's start getting our rear angle shots on the Shadowhawk. See if we can rip him into pieces. Rear shots do avoid damage reduction, so we don't actually need to fire in just the Gauss rifle to get that damage reduction. It means our ER medium should be able to help us a little bit. Unfortunately not piling into the same locations. The Shadowhawk is still alive, but severely, severely damaged. And that is good for us indeed. Let's get the high explosive advanced tactical missiles online against him as well. And we need to really remove him from the board. It's a lot of structure hits. I like that. No parts of... Wait. What the hell? We hit that much structure and we didn't rip anything off? 3 internal structure remaining. Ugh, that's annoying. Alright, but our Medusa is doing fine for right now. Actually doing significantly better than our Blood Asp did. And our Jenner 2C, if this doesn't kill that Stinger, then honestly, that pilot deserves a commendation. But yeah, there it is. There's the kill. So 1 enemy lance completely destroyed, 1 half destroyed, and 1 as of yet untouched. So we are halfway through the Out 4 now, and that leaves just 6 mechs. But one of our own has been disabled, so it's no longer 6-6, it's kind of 6-5. Very much not the result that I was hoping for. But we do have a good shot now on this little flea, and I don't think he's gonna like what he's gonna receive. So lots of LRMs, but against something as lightly armored as the flea, they still do a significant amount of punch. So there's the kill, 1 salvageable part left, and I really don't want it. Please take it away. We're not fielding a flea. It's not happening. Okay, so let's reserve down. That lets the Shadowhawk move, and he's still shooting in. Jeez. As long as we don't have any armor blow-throughs in the Blood Asp, we should be alright. I'm just worried because Captain's going to be out for about 14-15 days, which really isn't what I had hoped for as a result of this mission. It is what it is, though, and you sort of got to deal with what you got. So let's get a shot back in Retribution. Well, no. Okay, let's make sure we're safe. So this section of rock there should protect us reasonably well from the other reinforcements, at least for a turn or two. And no joy, 2 40% misses on the Shadowhawk. So we'll have to kill him next turn. And that means that our Medusa is going to be charging in sort of on his own against the enemy lance here. Now I want to cook the hazard. If we can find him, where is he? There's the hazard 2 right here. Decent. Yeah, okay. We have a decent amount of accuracy on him. This is only going to slow him to 6. So we're going to turn on the Inferno rounds and try to cook this guy. He even has a melee weapon. The audacity of these dirty, rotten space pirates. Oh, a plus 80, and he's not. What kind of cooling does he have? Okay, standard. No, double heat sinks. Of course, double heat sinks on a flipping hazard. Okay, so let's get up and forward. The best rear angle shot we can get that isn't obstructed is a little farther away than I'd like, but we still can get a precision strike to improve our accuracy here. Small pulses shooting in. That's a kill. That's a kill. Alright. So the two initial lances we were fighting are now gone. Decent amount of salvage on the Shadow Hawk, but I don't really want that chassis either. Flea moving up and around, going in for a kick and lands it, and now our Medusa is in trouble. We had 7 pips of evasion, now we have 0. And that means that the hazard might well cook us this turn. So we need support up there, and we need it yesterday, but we'll have to settle for today. So, Kit Fox, this is actually a decent sniper position. So let's get those guns online. We have a height advantage, we have a size delta that's slightly not in our favor. We could shoot in at the hazard, but I think I want to kill the Flea if I can. Gauss Rifle has a decent chance of just taking off a single leg, or looks like right torso mass destroyed. Yeah, a lot of damage in on that mech from a single shot. 2 pieces ripped off, but he's still alive, and that kind of sucks for us. Medusa taking a bit more of a pounding. The silver lining is we did light the terrain on fire there, so at least we are sort of returning favor. Okay, this guy needs to come down. The ATMs we could get online with extra range ammunition, but I want the high explosives online, so losing a turn to get that isn't the worst thing in the world. Okay, Blackjack, 1 PA. Sorry, the cat's repositioning in the background, that was a loud thud there. She tends to like to dig into a shipping box that we have, and we've actually kept just for her. So, you know, it is what it is. Pets don't always conform to my streaming schedule, I guess recording schedule. I might see about clipping some of that out if it continues for a little bit longer, but she should be getting settled here in just a moment. That should be fine, it's not too bad. Okay, so the Panther, yeah, double medium cannon, those have already shot their shot. Let's get some hits in. Well, do I want to go for the hazard, or do I want to go for the something that we can kill a little easier? We could just outright kill the Fleas, my guess, so let's go for that. Always better to take guns off the field when you can, and that is a kill. 3 mechs remaining in our enemy op 4, and we are slowly counting down the time until this mission is over. Alright, here's the hazard. The mech is on fire, which is going to be increasing its heat generation, but those heavy AoE flamers hitting everything all at once, plus 72 heat. It's ridiculous. We might just... Goodness gracious. So we have to go away, but we're not even going to be able to sink our heat back down because the mech's on fire, so even with clan double heat sinks, we can't sink all that. That's such bullshit, honestly. I want that bullshit on my side, but it's such bullshit. It really is. I mean, goodness gracious. You shouldn't be able to do... So, there's a mech in here that is a custom mech for the Winged Lancer company. It's the Void Knight custom Black Knight configuration. And on him are Ultra Plasma Rifles. And even they aren't as good at cooking things as those AoE flamers. And that's some shit right there. I don't know why pirates get better stuff than anyone else, but it's just the hazard that has it, I think. So it could be worse if they were everywhere. But honestly, so much heat damage. I have actually our last campaign before this one, I lost a mech outright to them really quickly because he cooked them, and then I spent a couple turns trying to sink the heat and being unable to do so. We could emergency vent on the Medusa next turn to avoid a cookout. We might have to do that. Alright. This hazard has lost all of my patience with him, and we're just going to be shooting in to try and kill that guy completely. And if we don't get as much salvage as I'd like, if we lose some of the heavy AoE flamers, that's fine. I just don't want us to... No! Oh! Was that friendly fire? I just friendly fired my Gen 2C on a 90% shot. Ah, jeez. Son of a... We had a 90% chance to hit there, and instead we rolled the 10% and friendly fired. All in one go. All in one go. Okay, let me see where these heavy flamers are installed. Now we're in some trouble. Now we're definitely in some trouble. We're going to do something a little bit controversial here. Let's get the Whitworth up in front. We have only 30 armor remaining on that CT, and I'd rather kill that than lose the arms, because the arms are where those heavy AoE flamers are installed, particularly in the left arm. So let's shoot in. We can core this guy out and only get one piece of salvage, and I don't care so long as we get the heavy flamers. We're going to use those, we're going to return the favor after everything that it's costing us. Oh jeez, everything's on fire. Everything is on fire. Whitworth is now cooking as well. Hazard sunk his heat, because of course he did. We're going to emergency vent, and that has at least saved that one mech. Okay, we can get some shots online here from the Blood Asp, now we kind of have to. And what do we have? Eyes on Panther and the Blackjack. We're going to go in on the Blackjack double Gauss rifle with reasonable accuracy. Try and dome piece this guy, 10% chance. Yeah, oh, it was one head hit, just not enough to kill him. Did get us a pilot injury though. And 11 structure, that's kind of disappointing. Medusa taking some hits. Looks like they also got a head hit, but it's just a light missile, so we were able to not take damage from that. Everything here is on fire. Everything here is awful. This also risks a bunch of friendly fire. Okay, I can get a rear shot in on the Panther. Let's go ahead and do that. See if we can get some work done. Smalls going in, and XL crit, engine crits, very nice. Very, very nice. And the General 2C, goodness gracious, I'm so pissed at that. I don't even have more ATM3s. I think I might have one ATM3 that I can use to replace it, but that's using up my spares now. And it's going to take us some time in the mech bay. Okay, well, I want another try at this. 98.5. Can you not friendly fire? I think we actually hit a 1% chance to friendly fire. I think it was that bad. But we weren't able to get the kill, and so that Hazard has a chance to shoot in again. Medusa taking even more heat damage. And so is the Hazard, but he's just sinking all of it over and over and over again. Straight up better disabler than our Medusa, not even close. We're going to have to go in for a kick. Can't fire anything. No, we're going to have to do an emergency vent. Standing right in the middle of flames, having to do an emergency vent. Failed shutdown. Jeez. One enemy mech. One enemy mech is doing all of this to us. And it's such a pain in the ass. I feel like quoting Pirates of the Caribbean. Bloody pirates! Jeez. Okay, so the Medusa's a clan mech, which means I can't even kick with any sort of success. Let's get a little bit out of the fire here, but we're still on fire, which means that we're massively cooking if we shoot anything at all. The SRMs probably aren't worth it. Yeah, let's just make sure that we don't cook this round. So our mech's no longer on fire. We might be able to shoot something next round. Maybe. It's a possibility. Horrible accuracy. Risking some more friendly fire here. But let's go in for it. We need to get this kill. Nothing. No joy. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm playing this game on tilt now, that's for sure. But I mean, wouldn't you at this point? We've gotten through this so well, and then we can't actually get the kills because we can't shoot any guns. And it doesn't matter if I'm at range or not, because my range guns can't even really hit. Okay, alright. Let's jump up here and get another rear angle shot into the Panther. Might be able to get a kill with it if we get lucky. Yep, okay, there's a kill. 2 mechs remaining, one of them with a nearly dead cockpit, the other one is just right bastard. That's the only answer there. Kit Fox is going to shoot in, 98.5% chance again. Please, please just hit the CT of this guy. That's all I'm asking for. Nope, hit the right arm instead. Structure exposed, and we can't even get a cohesive kill on this guy. Slapdash is going to move around and... Okay, let's dodge the fire. Let's get around here. If this guy punches out, that would be fine for me. The rear angle shot's just to panic him, which is not even working. They have a pilot with a death wish in there. Hazard's moving. Shooting at the Blood Asp. If he cooks my Blood Asp and we lose the Blood Asp to that, I will be just so mad. Because I'm not already, right? Restart the Whitworth. Was a success, but the mech's still on fire and wasn't able to shoot anything. Taking some rear angle shots. What's there not to like? What's there not to like, indeed. And now it's our Medusa's turn. Which, you know what? You know what? I have not given up on this. Let's get the plasma cannons online and the Inferno rounds online. It's an overheat warning, but it shouldn't actually be. I think it's just a bit of a error there. And now he's cooking, but it's not going to be enough. We have to move out of the flames here. Mech's still on fire, which means we can't shoot pretty much anything. Can get one of the medium pulses, and the issue with this is that if he shoots us again, we're going to be taking a lot of heat damage. Okay. Lost evasive, unsteady. Please, please, please. Please just let me kill this guy. That's all I'm asking for. Rear angle shot in the blackjack is not ideal, but we'll take what we can get. And then Kit Fox. Let's slow down the hazard to priority 5. See if we can get a core out. There it is. There it is. Alright. So we're not going to get many pieces from it, but we are going to get both of the heavy AoE flamers. And those will be making an appearance. I promise you that. I promise you that. Okay, so the last enemy mech now is this Blackjack. Living a charmed life. Shooting in on our Medusa. Not really able to do anything with that, and I'm not too surprised. We have decently heavy armor on the Medusa. Let's reserve down, and then let's get a rear angle shot. Doesn't really matter what we stand on right now. We do want damage, not heat damage, so let's switch back to the Artemis 4s and fire in. Extra heat damage from the plasma rifle is just... we need to switch those guns out. They're not worth it. They're very much not worth it. Although, if we get the heavy AoE flamers on that mech too, then we might be talking. But still, it's only a might. Alright, LRMs, medium pulses, full alpha strike on this Blackjack. Not quite enough by the look of it. Light cannons destroyed. He's going to be unhappy. That's going to be a knockdown. We might get the pilot punch out now. Not really sure. Pilot bleed out, but no punch out. And our Blood Asps should be able to get some decent shots in now. Yeah, I mean, even then, it's just not great. Okay, 90% chances. Let's turn on everything we can with the heavy larges, just because they are the most damage dealing we got, and let's just try and get the dome piece. Why not? Should be a kill. It's not a kill. Goodness gracious. Okay, pilot eject, 5 parts on the Blackjack, not bad. Alright, that's going to be it for us today. Thank you all for hanging around, and we'll see you again real soon.